Hello, my lovely students of class 7 standard. Here I am, Zia ma'am, with again part 2 of the chapter, next series of the chapter. And by the way, what was the chapter name, guys? The chapter name was The Passive Voice. And I think and I hope that all my students have found this chapter very interesting. You should. Now in part 1, we have discussed about the characters, we discussed about the intent author name and everything. Now today, let me start part 2 of the chapter. Now tell me where I ended the part 1. Part 1 may I have ended that at evening when the sister went out to play or meet her friends. That time there was a small conversation or discussion between the brother and mother. That means the son and mother. Okay, and mother was telling to her son that beta, please have patience, and sometimes you act very rude with your younger sister. You people have 5 years of gap, and she's 5 years younger to you, and after all she's smaller than you, younger than you. So thoda beta, keep patience. You keep on getting this irritated by her. ऐसा मत करो, उसका बात सुनो. It's okay sometimes she shows off, but that's her age. It's okay, it's part of her age. Okay, so you should not get. So ये brother अपना आत्मकथा किसको सुनाए? So he was very helpless. So he told कि mom, okay, if you have finished your lecture, may I go into my study room and finished my homework? So he went back, और वो वापस आता है अपने study room में homework करने के लिए. So when he came back into this room, what he saw, and that started happening. And अब वो स्टडी टेबल पे क्या देखता है? ही हैज टू डू वर्क ऑन द ग्रामर बुक ओनली, एंड द ग्रामर बुक चैप्टर वाज अबाउट कॉम्प्लेक्स सेंटेंसेस, अबाउट एक्टिव एंड पैसिव वॉइस के तरह ही था. सो ही स्टार्टेड थिंकिंग, ओ गॉड, दिस एक्टिव एंड पैसिव वॉइस विल नेवर लीव मी, बट इट इज ओके. इट इज बेटर टू do the work, complex work, than to hear my sisters blabbling or gossiping. I cannot tolerate her anymore. It is better than it is better that I will continue my studies. Now come to the second paragraph, students. Here, the next evening, now in the same evening, the next evening, what happened is my sister started off on the passive voice. So at evening, both brother and sister was sitting, were there in the study room, and sister again she came, और फिर से वो बोलने लगती है कि भैया, have you understood about passive voice? Then he was like, my God, बोल मेरी माँ, what do you have to tell about the passive voice? Now here you can see, for example, from this it is very much humoric, and it is funny. And you can see here one kind of intonation which I will speak about. She raised her very active voice as if she was in a huge classroom. Now her brother started noticing कि वो बोलते बोलते, now she started increasing her voice. Now this type of temperament or this type of speech is called as intonation. It is called as intonation. When we speak slowly and suddenly when I raise my voice, and brother started thinking, oh my God, as if she's taking class of wholesome 700 students का ये class ले रही है क्या? Why she is shouting so much? And she started shouting, and she started explaining about again that passive voice. Now she started putting one example. If mom calls from the mommy's mother calls from the next room and ask what she's going to ask. Okay, have you two finished? You can always say the milk has been drunk. Note, you are not telling a lie because I have finished my milk. See, you have only used the passive voice. So here the sister started telling about the example कि मान लो अभी मम्मी पूछेगी कि have you two finished drinking milk? Have you two finished? That means she was asking about the drinking milk. Okay, then you will say yes, we have finished drinking, or the milk has been drunk. Now this is a passive voice. My God. And after that, come then to this paragraph, student. Just then my mother did call out from the next room, but her question was, have you both finished your milk? Have you both finished your milk? Question mark. My sister said, I have finished my milk and now I am going to play. But इसमें क्या problem हुआ? Why brother was again angry with her? Brother was angry this with her because he wanted to tell her we, because it is two person, no? So वो सोचा कि हम भी तो milk finish कर ली, even I finished drinking the milk, but why she's telling I finished drinking the milk? So and she can always use I because she always shows off, और वो इतनी चालू है कि सिर्फ अपने ही नाम बोलती है. And mom and mother know कि I hate milk. कौन बोल रहा है? brother was thinking in his mind. And as she went past my chair, here students, past my chair means जब वो chair को cross करके गई, she whispered, बुनबुन करना, बुनबुनाना, like she whispered, I am using the active voice now. In this example, it is very, very important to know who has done the action. Now, this boy was, like in between active and passive voice, and every time he used to get the example with example, this definition, and with definition, of course, sister's explanation. Okay, and she started telling कि भैया see, अभी हम जो sentence use किए ना, it is active voice because इसमें दिखा रहा है कि the doer, the action has been done with some person. किसी ने action को किया है और किसने किया है, हमने किया, I have done. And brother was staring at her कि hey, hello, even I have finished drinking the milk. Just then when she went, the brother was he was holding his head, वो पूरा सर पकड़ के बैठ गया and he started thinking in his mind, scolding, traitor, betrayer. See students, whenever you're speaking in English, you have to use this expression, and the best mantra to converse in English is you have to speak loudly. Traitor, betrayer. Traitor means धोखेबाज. Okay, like the देशद्रोही type. And betrayer means cheater, धोखेबाज. I hissed. Miss मन ही मन में वो बोला. But what was the use? But फायदा क्या था? She was not there. She means my sister is not there. She is out of the room. That him. I swear, students, I swear you will really enjoy this chapter. I did really enjoy it myself while reading the book, Now, the next day, look at this last paragraph. The next day, what happened is, sorry for this technical, this book, The next day, another one of those, अभी तो इतना उसके साथ बुरा हो ही रहा था with the elder brother. Next day, they went to school, and in the school, it was, guess, grammar class. Oh my god, he was pissed off with all the grammar class. And right after lunch, as usual, and guess, I'm reading the last paragraph, page number 30. The passive voice. Teacher was teaching what? Passive voice. In the house, what he read? Passive voice. Active voice? Passive voice. In the school also? Passive voice. The very same, the inactive passive voice. The passive voice is not active, it is inactive. Actually, we were sort means type of revising the lesson because we had, of course, learnt it many times. अब ये बेचारों को लगने लगा कि ये what teacher is teaching, it is active and passive voice. ये तो revision है मेरे लिए, क्योंकि दो तीन दिन से तो my younger sister is already teaching me what is passive and what is active voice, along with example and her this explanation as well. So he was like as if he's doing a revision. Learned it many years ago. हम तो कितने सालों से पढ़ते ही आ रहा है ये सब कुछ. We were not learning it for the first time like my sister was, and it was definitely on a higher level of passiveness. So he was thinking this in his mind. What teacher is teaching? ये तो हम लोग पहले ही पढ़ चुके हैं. हम तो पहले घर में तो हम यही सब तो पढ़ते हैं कि भैया this is active, this is passive, this is that, this is this. So it is level of that, Then students. Now the brother started feeling it was terribly boring and also much worse because sitting. Now here you will learn 3 more characters. 3 more characters. अभी तक तो हम बताए थे brother, sister names are not given. One mother name not given. Now from this page, no students, you will learn about 3 amazing characters. Why I am telling amazing? You will know it better. First character name was Gia, Pia, and Nix. Okay, Gia, Pia, and Nix. Now these 3 students, Gia, Pia, girls, and Nix was boy. Now these 3 were classmates of brother, this elder brother. Now again he was as if he was pleading to God, what wrong I have done in the house. I have this younger sister who always pinches me and harasses me like anything. My mother doesn't understand my problem, and in the school also मेरे को चैन नहीं है, and I have this kind. Now they used to sit in a bench. ऐसे हम लोग let us imagine one bench. So probably maybe this boy used to sit in between Gia this side, Pia this side. Amazing. And just back of Pia कौन बैठता था? Nix. Nix was also a poor guy, not that poor, this poor in the destiny. Okay, now let us start. Now, what used to happen? This Gia. Now, Gia was more bossier. Shall I tell the summary? Yes, I know you're telling yes. Now, Gia was more bossier than my sister. Now, look at this sentence. See, I have underlined it. Gia was even bossy. Bossier means she was even super smarter and used to give a lot of lectures and she used to speak a lot and but she was more than her sister. And if that is possible, every time the teacher asked a question, Jia flung her arm. Flung means haath uthana, like you people raise your hand, no? Like that, and used to, and always wanted to answer. And the amazing fact is, always her answers are right. Okay, that was an amazing fact, and Gia's answers were always right and almost knocked me down with two huge thick plates means choti banana. So Gia used to tie up do choti thick wala, okay, with that the chotis, or in English we say as plats. So whenever she used to the teacher used to ask answer, she used to raise her hand, she used to get up dhadak se, she used to answer, she used to sit. And this poor boy was lean, thin and lean. You can just imagine, वो जैसे कि उछल जाता था with like a seesaw. Every time she used to get up, she used to sit, get up, sit, and it was a very comedian type of show, kind of thing it might be. If you if you will imagine, you will feel very funny. In between, she whispered loudly. अब उसकी friend कौन थी? Pia, sitting next to her, saying things like, and she was against, Gia was against boys. And not only Gia, Pia, and the girls were against boys. And she used to say, Pia, I think boys are fools and they don't know anything except playing the fool. So she always used to gossip, and she did not used to realize, अरे मेरे बगल में भी boy ही बैठा है, please उसके सामने तो नहीं बोले. But she used to give the answer, and she used to show off a lot, and she used to say say that, Pia, boys are always stupid, and they are fool, they are good for nothing. And Pia used to agree to her, yes, you are right, like that. Next one, and this poor boy and the next used to see each other. Next, look at this last paragraph of part 2, my dear students. After this, I want feedback. Did you like my video or not? Okay. After this went on for almost half the period. यही पूरा तमाम चीज चलता रहा. I got really mad. Every 2 minutes I felt those thick ropes like a choti. He is comparing with ropes of hair slicing of bits of my ear nearest to her. And जब भी वो खड़ी होती थी, बैठती थी, and her plates were so thick, it used to poke, चुभता था किसके कान में, into this brother's ears. Whispered to her friend Pia. Then Gia's plates would slap my soldier. अब जब भी वो बैठती थी, and some girls have habit, no, they just I think girls will relate to me. They put on the plaits, and at time to time ना they do up front back ऐसे करते हैं वो लोग. So she used to do, और जब भी वो करती थी, this brother used to feel frustrated, pissed off, and उसको चोट लगने लगता था कंधे पर. It was like, my God save me from this girls, It was like that. Gia's plates would slap my soldier, her and Pia's plates shorter and thinner. Pia का भी plates था, chotis, but bad enough, would tickle. Or Pia ka choti, since, and what was this sitting arrangement of Nick? Nick was a boy, he used to sit behind Pia. तो जब भी पिया अपना बाल झटकती थी पीछे, it used to hurt Nick's nose, and used to tickle Gudgudi sa, who was sitting behind Gia and Pia, a fine pair. That's all, guys. Part 2 finished. I hope you enjoyed the chapter. Part 2, wait for me in part 3. What happened? That would be our last part of the chapter, the passive voice. Students, please tell me how you like the channel. Okay, and I tried my best to explain you all during this lockdown, or during this staying home formula. This is the only method by which we can interact and coordinate with one another. So students, hear my audio again and again. If I wanted, I would have talked in Hindi also, but I tried to talk lesser in Hindi, very lesser in Hindi, and much in English, because speaking is the best method or the mantra of learning in English. Thank you. Have a nice day.